Coffee farming is one of the most significant economic activities here in Uganda, and that has earned millions of people a livelihood. Hi, my name is Mary Nandutu, and today I want to share with both the old and the young how to grow coffee right from the mother garden up to here in the nursery bed, how to care for them, how to feed them in the period they are on the nursery bed up to the time we take them in the main garden. There are two types of coffee in Uganda, and that is Robusta coffee and Arabica. Still under Robusta coffee, we have two types, that is elite and the cuttings. Now, let me talk about the elite briefly. Elite is the type of the seedlings that are got from the seeds directly. And the cuttings are those that we attain from the mother garden, and then we plant them directly using the cuttings, as I'm going to show you some of them. Initially in Uganda, they used to get the seedlings from the elite coffee, but then that takes a lot of process, and yet the number of people that grow coffee in Uganda increase year by year. So the government plus the NARO and the people concerned on the coffee decided to find out the easiest way to breed coffee, to come up with seedlings that can cater for all the population of farmers in Uganda. And that is why they came up with the idea of raising the nursery beds using the cuttings. Cuttings do not take a lot of time on a nursery bed, and that one acted as a way that can cater for all farmers of coffee. Unlike other methods of raising coffee on a nursery bed, the coffee cuttings that we attain from mother garden are supposed to be potted in potting bags, as we are going to see some of our samples there. In the potting bags, I'm going to share with you how we mix the soil that will be enough to raise those seedlings right from the time we put them up to when we transplant them in the main garden. Now, in the potting bag, we mix three things, and that is the soil, sawdust, and compost manure. So we mix them in the ratio of 3 to 1 to 1, where soil takes the biggest portion, and followed by sawdust, and then followed by the compost manure. How we mix our growth media. We are going to mix loam and sand in the ratio of 3 to 1, where loam is going to take the biggest portion, and then sand is going to take the least portion. The reason why we mix loam and sand is we want to ensure the proper aeration. When we put those seedlings in the potting bag, we get our sandy loam that we mixed. We again mix it with the sawdust and the organic manure in the ratio of 3 to 1 to 1. Now that we have finished preparing our growth media, we are going to put it in the potting bags. There are also different sizes of potting bags, the bigger size and the smaller sizes. Depending on the farmer's preference, you can use any of them because all of them work the same. After preparing our soil media, we put them in the potting bags. This is what I was explaining to you, that you might find some of them bigger like this size, and the others are a bit more smaller like this. We shared and said depending on the farmer's preference, some prefer bigger ones, others prefer smaller ones, but all of them are okay. Now we are going to station them. This is our nursery. This is one of our nursery beds. We station them in the way that you are able to manage them if you are alone in the garden. From here to here, or let us call the width, you can do 1 meter or 1.5, depending on your height and what you can manage. The width, the minimum, we always do 1 meter. So the length can be of your choice depending on what you can manage. And this is how they look like. Here we have packed them so close to each other so that we minimize the spaces inside, so that we eliminate issues of soil erosion in the middle here that can erode away with our seedlings. After packing our potted cuttings on a nursery bed, the same way you see these ones here, we sprinkle them or we water them, and then we cover them with a white polythene, because we want to make sure we see through to know how they are performing. The white polythene also helps in temperature control inside where the seedlings are, because just as in human beings, when the baby is born, mothers normally cover them with a lot of clothes to make sure they are warm. That's the same way we are going to cover our potted cuttings on a nursery bed, so that we make sure they get enough warmth that will help it to grow well. The white polythene stays there in the period of 3 weeks, or even others do 2 weeks, depending on the vigorosity or that the seedlings have shown. After 3 weeks, you remove that white polythene and then you sprinkle the seedlings with water. Sprinkle it every time you see that they are dry. Now, you know water is one of the requirements that ensure the seeds or plants grow well in the garden. After removing, make sure they are weed-free, they are pest-free, and make sure they are not attacked by diseases. Use preventive methods to make sure your seedlings are healthy while on a nursery bed. After a period of 2 to 3 months, healthy seedlings should look like one of these ones. Like these ones are ready for transplanting. As you can see, all of them look healthy because we have taken our time to make sure we produce the best seedlings for our farmers. Remember, farming is not only for the old but also for the young. It has earned thousands of people money across Uganda. Stay dirty, let the fields be green, but pockets will eventually be bright. Omuganda agamba emwanyi telimba. Nandutu Mary, Back TV, Transforming Agriculture. Don't forget to follow, like, share and comment. Thank you for watching.